Hi guys, welcome to WarGames on Wednesday.
That was Dave's fault.
And this one here is just said, I said, are you ready? She went, yeah, I'm ready. I was born ready. And I said, you've never been ready for this yet. And at the point where she was just trying to compose herself,
Dave made me laugh.
Dave made her laugh, and then she comes on giggling as always.
There we go. Are you forming a bowls team with a new shirt? I told you I didn't like them.
Listen, what's that? What 2.5 Men would be proud. What's his name? Charlie Sheen. He has the bowling pin shirts. These are the new uniforms. What do you think?
I think people have been quite vocal about that, but that's fine.
How many people have been vocal? Just the one?
Yeah, that's enough.
These are good shirts. We like them. But I like them anyway. We'll talk about them more in a bit, I think.
Yes,
maybe.
we will, potentially.
It's good to have my back on TV.
Okay. But yeah.
About TV as well, we'll talk about that later.
Oh God, I thought we weren't.
We've got lots to go through tonight, and we're going to try to orchestrate things a little bit better, aren't we?
I think we're going to try and create more polished and professional, yet still personable content for you lovely people out there.
That's not going to happen. But first and foremost, it's Wednesday. It's just gone 8 o'clock. It's WarGames on Wednesday. We're live with the world.
With all 15 people in the world, yeah.
But you know what? Of those 15 people, is there anyone we need to know about in the room other than this one?
I know that one.
Yeah. And other than this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, say a few shout outs very quickly before we go into the main video. So we've got Chris Glover's in the room. We've got Connor's in the room. Dan Moore's in the room.
Dan Sutcliffe.
Dan Sutcliffe's in the room. I saw Craig was in the room as well, and then Graham's in the room, and so on and so forth. And then, by the looks of it, birthday boy number 1 is in the room, which would be one of the geeks, one of Geeks Wargaming. If it is Rich, then happy birthday, Richard. You old man. You are now as old as me. Different school year doesn't make you younger. You are 3 months, and that's all you're getting.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Yes, it is Rich.
Okay, double happy birthday, because it's now definitely you. Also, I don't think he's in the room yet.
Not yet.
But also today, sharing birthday with Richard. Richard is.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to laugh at that. It was just unexpected.
But you just did. So also sharing a birthday with Richard is Ace. So as and when Ace gets into the room, if he gets into the room, he might be doing something more interesting than watching us on his birthday, whereas Richard has nothing more interesting to do. Happy birthday, Ace. You asked for a song, so we're going to sing to both of you.
No.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
There are 2 people in the background, being Adam and Dave. Whether they sing or not is irrelevant. Are you guys going to join in with the songs
I'm not
for
singing.
Ace? No?
It's not happening.
Well, it's happy
Adam,
birthday
you can sing my part.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you gang of dudes. But we love you too. There you go. That'll do, won't it?
I'm sure he'll be absolutely
professional yet personable. Right there. Bottle it, sell it, you'll make a fortune.
So yeah, lots of people in the room. This is good. Dad says thank you for his present.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about
that in a minute.
Do you know what? If we keep talking about everything in a minute, there'll be no minutes left.
This is true. So lots of people in the room. Good to see you all. Have a natter among yourselves. Discuss life. The meaning thereof. Or anything we're talking about. That works too.
And what we're going to try, because we said we're going to try and just orchestrate would be wrong. If we were going to orchestrate it, we wouldn't do it live. We would just keep recording it and getting it right. But what we're going to tell you is what we're going to talk about in tonight's show. So then, if all the topics that we tell you now that we're going to cover, if none of them interest you, just switch off and stop watching. Don't be a fool. Go and do something more interesting.
We won't judge you.
But if they do, then obviously it gives you more reason. And also, more than anything, the people who don't view this live, people who are coming to it after, if they find out in the first minute or two what we're going to be talking about,
if it's boring, they can turn off.
It gives them a decision as to whether they carry on watching it or whether they turn off. Simple as that. So things we're going to go through tonight. We've said a few happy birthdays. We're going to be talking about the trip I made on Saturday to
You did?
Warlord headquarters. Cause it was
Another birthday?
Yeah, that was their 10th birthday. So I went down there, so we're going to be talking a little bit about what happened there, playthroughs of different games that I had and such, and how that event went out, and the cool birthday pack miniatures that we've got. What else are we going to be talking about?
We are going to be talking about, obviously, the super exciting new thing that's coming out on all the Warhammer community pages.
That could be Craftworld Eldar Codex.
Say what?
Yeah, that's going to go up for pre-order this weekend. We can talk about anything that's been talked about on the community page. Anything else we say is purely down to rumour, and please don't take it as gospel, because we genuinely have not got the book yet. If I had the book, I would tell you, and that's why they don't give me the book.
Exactly. And quickly, disclaimer, if I keep saying Craftwork, I'm sorry. It's just instinct. I've been doing it all day. Oh, we're talking about the new Craftwork. Yeah.
Whole 80s electro pop going on, haven't we?
I'm cool with it. I'm defo cool with that.
And what else are we talking about?
Go on, you can say it because you enjoy saying it in the stupid American voice.
Again, this one.
No, that one.
Oh, merchandise. There
we go.
Stupid American voice is actually from Spaceballs, the movie, which you haven't seen, because Georgie's apparently not seen any films. And the only telly that she watches has to have Harry Styles in it. So.
That's not a thing. He has not been on TV.
She told me that if he died, she'd actually have to go home from work because she'd be that upset.
I stand by that. I missed a day of lectures when Prince died.
I am more than fine with you having some time off work. If that's the repercussion for the greater good, then it's all right.
Thank you for respecting
No, the greater good is that he's not here anymore. So, we've got notes in Georgie.
You always have notes.
Wow, what's all that?
That's deviant.
Okay. What else are we talking about? So this one.
I've just written down the name of a board game that I'm super excited about.
This one?
Yeah.
Go on, you can tell them.
There is a board game out coming soon into the shop. I'm very annoyed.
Tomorrow.
I
it's going to be
have the audacity to take a few days off to go home for a wedding, and Martin is getting 2 copies of a board game that he knows I really want.
The last 2 copies.
It's called Sherlock Holmes. It's cats, but Sherlock Holmes, and I'm very excited. Furiati's Trail. Dave's looking at me like I'm...
It's...
Well, the little shred of respect he had left for me has been decimated.
No, that went ages ago.
Yeah, well, it's adorable, and it's cats, and it's Sherlock Holmes. And
Pear as in cat pear for Pearlock, and then Furiati instead of Moriarty. I don't know whether the game's any good, but the fact that it's about cats, it's going to sell, and they only had 2 left.
Honestly,
so I took them.
We got a game in, didn't we, called Cat Lady, and it was funny the first couple of people that said to me, "Oh, is it about you?" Literally every customer that has come in that knows me has been like, "Oh, they made a game about you." Thanks, guys.
Tabletop Gamer magazine. Should all go and buy a copy of that, maybe from us.
Plug.
But is that on camera, Ad?
Can we do this?
Can you see that?
You can see it a bit, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's Sherlock Holmes there. I'm sure it's not very clear, but I'm sure if you go and buy the magazine, it'll tell you all about it.
Nice.
Or just take a chance, take a punt. It'll be up on the website tomorrow, if not tonight, and just buy it off us. We've got 2 coming in. If you get 2, then she can't get 1. It's good. This is all good.
That's cool. Cruel and mean. But yeah,
cool.
that was on the
really
notes.
Going to buy it, so
simply because I wanted to mention it because it's adorable.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we're going to go through tonight, and we've already just done the Sherlock Holmes straight into that one. We don't know a lot about the game, just that she likes the box art, so we bought it. And
that's pretty much how it goes.
There is so moving into the main section of news, if you like, and what we'll start off with is Christmas is coming, winter is coming, Christmas is coming. There you go, that's the thing, isn't it? WarGames is coming. WarGames is here.
Yeah.
Starting to ramp up stock levels to get ready for Christmas, so buying a lot more copies of games in for board games, and then stock for GW and such and such. Those of you that want to obviously start getting your Christmas presents in now, you can order them through the website or come into the store. Those of you that want stuff bought for you, you can create wish lists on our website. So you register for an account, which is all free, and put your email address in, and then you add items to your wish list, and that way if somebody gets in touch and says, "Oh, I want to see Georgina Broad's."
Why did you use my full name? That was weird.
Because
I did
knew
not
that
enjoy
you weren't
that.
expecting it. I want to see Georgina Broad's
Stop it.
wish list. I'd like to spend £40. Then we go through the wish list. We pick out all the items that are of that value or less, and then that person can choose an item. They can either buy it on the internet or they can buy it direct in store. And it's just a way of getting the gifts that you want. It's just a little thing that helps, and it's probably worth plugging on the website, especially this time of year.
Yeah,
and gift vouchers. We sell gift vouchers.
We do gift vouchers.
So whether they be online gift vouchers or physical gift cards in store, we can accommodate both.
We can.
If you want one for online, I think at the moment you'd have to actually get in touch with us. They're not live as a product, Dave. Is that right?
No.
Gift vouchers. Yeah, so you'd have to put them through the store, but we can do them. So get in touch. Give us your money. That's what we're basically saying.
Or available all year round for wedding lists. I promise. I do the movie voice for somebody. There we go. I'm just saying it's a good option. But yeah, online.
Did Dan actually ask you?
He actually asked me to do the movie voice on Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
Can
Looking
you get me a tea, please?
at our background, I wonder what we could possibly be talking about.
Shall we go into that one then? Shall we go into Eldar first?
It's what's on the background.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, we changed that round, didn't we?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that we set on. Anyway, there's that professionalism bit. So behind us, you will see an Eldar dude. Is it a spirit seer? Is that what we've got behind us?
I think so.
No, it's an Autarch, isn't it? It's an Eldar dude. It might be an Autarch, it might be a Farseer. I don't know my Eldar particularly well. My Dark Eldar, yes.
Mm-hmm.
My Goody Eldar, no. Well, that's going to go up for pre-order this Saturday.
Yes.
Probably along with the Tau, the most anticipated Xenos
Easily.
Codex.
Mm-hmm.
Initial rumours initial leaks from the Warhammer community page have shown us some of the things that are going on with it. They did like a battle focus on Eandon, which, as with all the other codexes that have come out, they're trying to remain true to the fluff, to the lore of these factions. And then obviously there are all the different Craftworld, Samhain, Baal Tan, Eandon, so on and so forth. And it looks, just from what they've said about the Andon one, that's going to happen. There is a picture going round which shows the 5 main Craftworlds and what their bonus is going to be for being Craftworld Samhain. So they're saying, and this is rumour, they're saying that Samhain is going to be reroll charges for jetbikes. And then it was +1 for something else. They're saying Altioch or Altioch, however you pronounce that, Atioch. I don't know how you pronounce it, to be fair. That's going to be very similar to the Raven Guard, where it's a -1 to hit across the board, but probably at 12-inch range or something like that. Again, I don't know.
It's all very rumour milly, isn't it?
It is. It's rumour mill, other than what the community page. There will be videos, as always. There will be videos. Winter's SEO will have a video up, no doubt, on Saturday, so that you can watch that one. And I'm sure Lawrence over at Tabletop Tactics, he'll also have a review out because he gets an early edition of the Codex. So there's 2 good channels, one's sponsored by us, one's a good friend, and they'll both have their reviews out, and they'll tell you fact. You're only going to have to wait a couple of days. Mm-hmm. The main thing is it's a Xenos Codex hitting, because everything's been very, very high. It's all human based, whether it be Chaos or Marine. It's all been along that side. I suppose Admech wasn't, but everything else being humanish. So some of the Xenos ones coming in is good. We can't talk much more about it because we just don't know.
Well, what would
much
you
more
like?
about
What
it.
would you like from it? What do you think would be beneficial to the game?
I would like for the next 3 years for the Eldar players to have to whine and moan about not being the best Codex in the game, because do you know what? They deserve it. There you go. Said it. Put it out there.
Wish I hadn't have asked that question now.
Scat packs are not going to be a thing again. Wraith Knights are not going to be a thing again. And hopefully the same with Tau when that comes out. There is power creep in any game, and I get that. But in 7th edition, those 2 particular codexes, they didn't creep. They just stood up and shouted from the rooftops, and they were They were so powerful between the two of them. You couldn't pick a bad unit out of that Eldar Codex. The worst unit was still better than the best Astra Militarum unit, for example. So there is that whole... It's probably going to be the same as all Blood Angels players who have still been licking their wounds from... was it 3rd or 4th edition when Blood Angels were good, Dave? No, it was earlier than that. It was the one before Chaos took them over, and then every codex that's come out. The 5th edition one was all right, and then the 6th and 7th edition one just didn't help them. And whatever it was, Blood Angels were amazing at one point, and then have never quite been so good since. And that's what Blood Angels players lick the wounds over. It feels like that might be the case for those Eldar and Tau players.
Interesting.
But yeah, let's move on from that because we don't know anything more.
It's just cool to talk about.
It is.
Conjecture is always fun. And, the community page has obviously been spinning with lots of different hypotheses and what people would like to see and what people wouldn't like to see.
Yeah.
And,
But most importantly, it will be available on our website for pre-order.
Yeah, okay.
From Saturday.
Smooth. I like it.
That's a point. I'm going to have to do that because you're not going to be here.
I've already told you I'll be able to do it on...
You're at a wedding. She's all right, this one, isn't she? Don't go more than all right. She's all right. And so into the next one, we'll drop from that one and go into the Warlord birthday.
Yes, because we were talking about birthdays. Ace had a birthday. Rich had a birthday. Yeah. Warlord had a birthday.
They did have a birthday. Have we got the new screenshot background, please, Adam? Because we're not talking about Eldar dudes anymore. There you go. All on there now. So we got tank.
I think that's quite arty. I quite like this picture. I picked it.
It doesn't say Warlord Games anywhere on it.
Well, it's because
they do more than just World War II. Although that is their biggest game, and more than anything, you're getting triggered because it's so easy. It's all she's done all day. It's just keep prodding. She just keeps getting triggered. It's loads of fun. But yeah, so
why
on Saturday,
yes,
I left you in here with Dan.
You did,
and I drove down to Nottingham. Dave was going to come with me, and then I told him that I'd have to pick him up at probably 7:30, and Dave decided he wasn't coming with me because he's nodding his head in the back. He decided, no, that's not a good idea. Dave wants sleep. So I drove down when I met Charlie, who you've seen on the show a few weeks back, and you know what? I had a really, really, really good day. It was busy. They've got where their head office is. We've obviously got all the casting areas and whatever, but then upstairs they've got a ballroom. It used to be
that's beautiful.
Well, it used to be the head office for rally cycles.
Okay.
And that's where they used to make all the cycles. And it was a massive, like you can see when you look out of one of the windows, you can see right back. There's a housing estate there now where they've just slowly pulled it back, and now it's a big council building. But you kind of get the impression, so like the director who's like, yeah, so we're going to build this big factory, we're going to send it right back there, we're going to make wheels there, we're going to make frames there, we're going to make this there, we're going to make that there, and I want a ballroom up here.
I think that's lovely.
It's a purpose-built ballroom, and you're just like, why? But it's amazing. Really, really nice. Big stage, there's a bar in there and that. And then there was lots and lots of games set up. If you go on Warlord's website, there are photos galore of the weekend. There was a huge... I got to meet a lot of people who I've spoken to on the phone. I've not met face to face before. So Dave Matthews was there.
Oh my god, Dave Matthews!
And he had a massive black powder on a 12x8 board.
12x8, that's pretty impressive.
Set out with literally rammed with black powder Napoleonics. The guys from Riverhorse were there. I almost bought a My Little Pony role playing game to play with my daughter.
That's the most offensive thing you've ever said in front of me.
But it was for Georgia. It was to get Georgia into gaming, and ultimately she's just telling a story. It's very, very child friendly because it's all about
but you know what would happen to that if it got into the hands of the wrong people. I watched a documentary about that.
Yeah, well, we don't sell it in the shop. But I almost bought it for my daughter to try and get her into gaming. That's a good idea, right? And then what I did see, and I was telling you got a bit excited for, so Labyrinth, the movie board game, has been out for probably 12 months now.
It must be, yeah.
And the miniatures are great in it. You can get Hoggle, you get Sir Lancelot, you get Ludo, you get all the characters that you want in there.
For sure.
And then the expansion game has just come out, which is Goblins.
Exclamation point. Goblins,
yeah. And they're so there's the ones on like the chicken walkie things. I can't remember what they're called now. And they're all in different poses. I think there's 7 goblins, whatever there is. But they make obviously when they're making miniatures, what they start off with is a 3-up, it's called, which is a large scale version of what's going to ultimately be the miniature, so that they can see it and they can work on it and refine it. And they're going to start selling next year a display case of the movie board game miniatures in 3-up in like a gold finish. So they're obviously not casting them in gold, but they're finished in gold in a nice display box. So they will be on sale next year. We will have at least a set for ourselves. If they're a general retailer,
Adam's
we will be
retailing them. There,
yes, sure. It's just amazing. Great. I watched Dark Crystal on Sunday after talking about my AdMech last week, and as Paul from Esdevium, my account manager from Esdevium, he said, yes, your friends. Board game friends. He said to me earlier, it's not a film that's aged well. I can't disagree.
I think it's sad when that happens, though, when you watch a film that you were completely in awe of as a child and you thought was incredible, with amazing effects, and then you watch it again when you're adult and you're thinking, oh.
Yeah, I mean the effects weren't amazing back in the 80s either, but it is what it is, and so be it. But yeah, so they're coming through. But what else was it? So we did tours of the studio, saw the shop, and this, that, and the other. And then I played Blood Red Skies, which we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
I want to get that for someone for Christmas who's in the chat room.
Don't know who that could be. Hi, Dad. But so, in all honesty, I was dubious. Going into Charlie was like, "Oh, come on, have a game of this." I was like, "Okay." Charlie's asked me to have a go. I'm all the way down here. Let's do it. And I was sort of like, right.
You listen to what you say.
Yeah, but after I've said it, and it's always too late then. I was like, okay, fine. And I thought it was just going to be, even completely honest, I thought it was going to be a bit of a weak version of X-Wing. It's better than X-Wing.
Oh, okay.
It's you can't crash into each other for a start, which is something I've never understood with X-Wing, that these things are meant to be in space and above each other. But the stands for the planes, they can tilt. They tilt. Yeah, so you decide whether you're going to take advantage, which means you tilt back, whether you're neutral, or whether you're disadvantaged and tilt forward. And there are different things you can do. I'm not going to explain all the rules of the game on here. Different things you can do to change your advantage, and then you can attack. You can only attack if you're in a higher advantage than the plane that you're attacking. You can only shoot so many inches. Blah 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 blah. But it just runs really well. The tactical element to the game is so intense, but the actual mechanics of the game and learning to play it like that, it's that's typical,
always nice though, isn't it?
Yeah, easy to learn, difficult to master. It's that cliched expression that most games have. The good news that Georgie doesn't know, because I always spring something on you on the show, so Charlie's going to bring the painted copy of Blood Red Skies up to the store.
Ace, you've missed your birthday.
Very soon. Ace, we sang. Well, I sang. Adam joined in. Georgie didn't. Happy birthday, bud. But yeah, so he's going to bring that up. And we're going to play through a few games in the afternoon. He's going to come on here on a Wednesday night again. But we're going to film us two playing Blood Red Skies as a battle report as such, with Charlie commentating on what's happening. So it'll be us playing and then him commentating over to tell people what's going on, and then obviously we'll put like a little bit of a sepia effect on it to make it look all sort of
That's
Battle
not
of
as
Britain
terrifying as it could have been.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to spring on me?
Merchandise. No, because I haven't finished on that. Okay. So the other thing that happened whilst I was down at Warlord is we've got some miniatures.
This is the one that my dad
can talk about
referenced
differences.
earlier. So anybody who's seen Band of Brothers will know about Dick Winters. He was an incredible soldier in the war, and they are releasing kind of limited edition models. They are limited edition, aren't they? I'm not wrong in saying
They're
that.
very limited.
Very limited edition models. And the Dick Winters one, do you have one there?
Nope.
No. It comes.
You've got it.
I do have it. Yeah, that's mine now from my dad. So he thanks you. With the dog tags for his name and his regiment and what have you, and the anniversary edition and things like that. And it's always nice because we show them to someone in the day, and it's nice when it's a limited edition model that's like been newly cast, because everything's so sharp and clean, and it just looks so deliciously new. It's fantastic, but it's a beautiful model. It's a really, really nice little homage to such a great veteran. And Dad said as well, like, very special man to him, bit of a hero. You're going to lower the tone completely. Incredible man. So it's nice that he's got his own special limited edition model. I think that you can add.
It is.
I think it's lovely. But it's. I wish I had it on me. It's a beautiful cast actually, and the dog tags are a really nice touch, I think.
Okay. I saw you looked as if the sound was gone funny.
Charlie's literally just popped into the room.
Well,
Speaking of the devil, hi Charlie.
Hi Charlie. I've just been talking about you, saying
praising your products.
Yeah, saying how good the weekend was. You not so much, but I'm only messing. No, Charlie and Mal. Mal I met. He looks after Rest of the World.
You don't watch Firefly, have you?
I have seen it all.
Okay.
I watched it all. So Mal opened my account, and then a young lad called Charlie took it over, and then Charlie, who's just come into the chat room, has now took it over. I don't know whether that's because they keep moving staff or they just keep moving my account.
No one wants you, mate. That's what it is.
Something like that. But it was good to see Mal again. I spent obviously the day with Charlie, and then Charlie, Mal and myself went out for a bite to eat in the pub in the evening before I went home. I had a good chat about everything from WarGames to Warlord. Covered all sorts. Apparently we've got to open a shop in Amsterdam. That's Mal's decision. But what I got whilst I was down there was the birthday mini, which I'm going to see if I can get out. Is that okay, Ad? Is that working, or can you see that?
I do this.
So that is Tis But a Flesh Wound, which is the Monty Python miniature from the Holy Grail. Now these were initially restricted to the birthday event, but because the guys at Warlord are so good and because they like us so much, they have let me buy a bundle of these miniatures. So we're getting, Charlie's going to have to tell me in the chat room some of the other ones because I still don't know what's in the bundle. There's 4 different Monty Python miniatures, I think. There's the Dick Winters, there's the German guy that I can't remember his name, but Charlie's going to tell us in a minute, and they should all be arriving soon in the store. There won't be any discount on them that we would normally do because they are very limited edition miniatures, and once they're gone, they're gone. I think it's as simple as that. And it was really busy at the weekend, so I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of them knocking around for sale. You obviously do get a hand and a sword as well in that miniature, just in case someone thought he was armless already.
You've already got someone saying that they want a Dick Winters. And Rob, there, bolt action content coming to Geeks Wargaming soon. See, so we have people.
That's good news, Rob. Very good news, which I'll speak to you or Richard a bit later about. But it might segue into the what? The 10k announcement video, but they haven't hit 10,000.
Don't do this.
They're at 8,500, not 10,000.
I told you not to do this.
I know you did, which is why I'm doing it, because it embarrasses you and Richard and Robin at the same time. So Geeks Wargaming are approaching 10,000 subscribers, and they put a video out. And to be fair, they know me well enough to know I'm just taking the mick. They're doing a video. Well, they've done a video. And there's going to be a big giveaway at 10,000 because it's an epic milestone to reach. So they're going to do a big giveaway at 10,000, and this video is there to promote a surge, hopefully, to get them to that point, which is fine. So we're at 3,500 subscribers, and we're going to do our 10,000 giveaway video tonight. What? What?
So there you go. There's the information.
Oh, don't forget the 10k sub giveaway. When we hit 10,000 subs, we will give away Geeks t-shirt, dice bag, and £100 WarGames voucher. So that's all you want, really. You don't want the Geeks dice. They don't roll 6s. I rolled what? 20 dice 20 times before and didn't get a single 6. But I'm only messing. No, so there's loads in there. £100 WarGames voucher, and all you've got to do is sub to the channel and comment on the giveaway video.
Okay, please scroll down there.
And they have to hit 10,000, which means they've got a little bit of a mountain to climb. Only a little bit, guys. I genuinely wish you the best of luck with it. You know I do, but you know I can't not take the mick.
It's his birthday.
Even more reason to do it. If he's going to hang himself out to dry, I'm going to let him.
But it's a good thing, and you guys could win loads of goodies.
You can. There's t-shirts, there's dice bag, and £100 voucher. That's massive. I don't remember agreeing to that, so they must have put that in themselves as well because I ain't paying for it. That I know of. I haven't been drunk around Richard, so I would never get drunk around Richard. I've heard about Richard.
That sounded far more sinister.
Yeah, Rob will confirm.
Oh dear. Black Toe Studio, hi guys.
Hi guys, whichever guy or guys it is. Don was up here last week. Oh, we talked about that last week, didn't we? Because it was the day after that we did this. That's fine. But going away from what their prizes are, which is obviously the £100 WarGames voucher.
That's us.
Geeks Wargaming. Go check them out if you haven't already. Give them a subscription and drop a comment, and you might win a £100 voucher for here.
You can't go wrong with that, can you?
Plus a dice bag, which is merchandise. A t-shirt, which is merchandise.
Dice.
And dice, which is merchandise. Merchandise.
I wonder what we could be coming on to next.
Set it up. Merchandise. So yes, we've just got our new staff shirts today, which is all good. And they're much better than the old faded ones. And the old faded ones faded after one wash. It wasn't that they were old shirts, they just weren't very good shirts.
They weren't old, they were just terrible quality.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say to you.
Don't ever get t-shirts made from Clothes For You in Manchester.
Oh wow, okay, call out culture.
Yeah, just don't use them. They were awful. The customer service was dreadful when I rang
Okay,
them. No, that's fine. We can do that. We've got no legal obligation not to do it.
Okay.
I asked for a refund and they said, oh, it's more than 90 days old. And I was like, so you only expect these uniforms to last for 90 days? They're like, no. I went, so the product is inferior. It's all damaged and faded. Like, no, and they just backed out of it, wouldn't give us any money back. So just don't use Clothes For You, or they go under another name as well, but don't use them. Do go to KC Workwear, and they're on the internet.
So what? That was so scouse.
KC Workwear. Workwear.
KC Workwear.
Yes. They're based very local to us. They're in Birkdale. They're like literally a couple of miles down the road. And Clive, the guy who runs it, and Zoe, I think it is, works there as well. Absolutely brilliant. Couldn't be more helpful. And really good products. They're also going to be printing a lot of t-shirts for us.
Oh, why is that, Martin?
Because merchandise.
There we go. Let's talk about
it. We're going to start.
Dan wants to throw money at us. Lots of people want to throw money at us for merchandise. Tell them what they can get.
So, what we know is going to be coming. Now, this isn't going to be tomorrow, although the t-shirts arguably could be. WarGames t-shirts. Just with, obviously, the WarGames Shall We Play a Game across the front. You can have a Georgette t-shirt.
Yes, that's... I'm going to have...
a picture of Georgie, the WarGames logo, and then
t-shirt.
Georgette, you want written in like a Coca-Cola type style. We're going to have WarGames, instead of Shall We Play a Game, Shall We Play, and then a game is crossed out, and Magic symbol
Magic logo
is in there, so Shall We Play Magic, which is something we did for GP Manchester, and we're going to recreate that one. We're going to have t-shirts for each of the channels we sponsor that have a logo. We're going to make t-shirts for them, so that you can buy your favourite YouTube channels t-shirts, and they're all going to be available. These should all be available on the web store as well. We've got to get them all made up, and then we've got to photograph them all, and then we've got to get them on the site. But they're all going to be there. And then some more casual t-shirts, which the one that I've always said I wanted was Life is a Bit, and then 2 dice, one with a 6 and one with a 1, because it's a bit hit and miss.
The one that I want
is the Magic the Gathering one, which would be I'd tap that so hard that it wouldn't untap in its next untap step. So that one will go on the top shelf because it's not safe for work. But yeah, things like that, and then other funny t-shirts and stuff. We're going to do all those. WarGames pens, we already have them and they are for sale. We're getting more of them. WarGames dice are
there you
coming.
go. Nick's getting excited about the dice. Dice.
Oh, of course, Nick. Is that Nick Davis?
Yes, of course it's Nick
Davis. Nick's going to get over all. So we're going to come back to dice in a second then, because Nick's in the room. WarGames, potentially WarGames paintbrushes, which will be Kalinsky paintbrushes, but it's just figuring out the printing process. The guys have got to see whether they can do that. Mugs, black WarGames mugs with WarGames wrapped around it. They'll be available as well. And then
can we talk about the best thing, please?
Yeah, well, hoodies will be available as well, and all things like that, and they'll pretty much all be available either instantly in store, but we're only going to carry 1 or 2 of each size in store, just for display purpose more than anything. But they're available for almost guaranteed next day printing. We might have to wait 2 days to print them, and then they'll be out with you. So they'll be with you within the week is the main thing. We're not next directory. But then we go into dice, which brings us into sponsors, because we said we're going to do all the sponsor t-shirts. There's now 14 channels that we sponsor, because we took another 2 on since last week.
We have. Welcome to the family.
Yeah, so we've got the Basement Collective, which is Kevin and Irvin over in Canada, and the Basement Collective. So great to have those guys on board with us. And then on, I think it was Monday, we sorted it out. Grim Resolve are now on with us, which is a huge channel. They've sprung up from nowhere almost. But the quality of the battle report is great, and you like Holly the dog.
Holly the dog, so beautiful, little pupper.
So we've got them on board as well, which takes us up to 14. There's another couple that are just sort of in the pipeline, shall we say, at the minute. But, so we're getting t-shirts made up for all these people. And we're also getting dice printed for each of these. So the likes of Nick, who loves his dice, he's got his SN dice, he's got his Tabletop Tactics dice, he's got his Geeks dice and his Ace Face dice. I don't know whether he's got any other of our channel dice. I'm sure he'll tell us in here in a second. But you're going to be able to get Winter's SEO dice. You're going to be able to get Black Toad Studio dice. You're going to be able to get Dark Artisan dice, Imperium Gaming dice, plus all the others. Because if I try to, Idikbia dice, if I try to remember everybody's channel, the one that I forget is the one that's watching and is going to be upset. But yeah, so we're going to make dice for all of them, if they have a logo, and which I think they all do, to be fair. And you'll be able to buy them. They're going to be £1 a dice, or a set of 12 for £10. I think that's what we're going to do.
That's what I have written down.
They're about a month to print them all, because we're getting so many printed. And they're about a month. Dave, if you want to open that, you can. Just do it. I've said it now. Dave wants to make noise. But so the dice are all coming. So Nick, you're going to have to buy a lot of dice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, so many of them. The WarGames dice are going to be, rather than printed dice, we're getting a mould made up for the WarGames ones.
Because we're fancy.
Because you have to get 2,000 made at that point. But because obviously we know how many
because
dice...
we know Nick will buy about 1,800.
Yeah, we just know how many we sell in store. And then when we're running events and stuff, then we'll probably end up selling some there, or we'll be giving them out for different competitions and that. So it made sense at that point. I was like, 2,000 is a lot, but it's only 200 people buying 10 dice. That's all of a sudden not that many when you think how many of the Geeks dice we went through. And well,
no, the Ace ones.
The Ace ones, yeah. The Geeks ones still got loads left. Don't roll sixes.
I'm sorry,
but so that's all the dice bit covered. But also your favourite bit.
Which bit? That is the best bit. That is a toss-up between this and the hoodie, but it's because I really want a hoodie.
So the hoodies are good.
I have the Geeks hoodie, which is very snuggly, so you've got to get like a snuggly level that's,
So as I said, we're going to get the sponsored channels t-shirts made up as well. So there'll be a Winter's SEO t-shirt, which will have like Winter's SEO logo on it somewhere, WarGames on it somewhere, and this is the way the world ends written on there, because it's Winters. But I've probably mentioned it somewhere on one of these episodes before. We're also getting for sale Winter's hats, and that's just amazing. So he's having one for himself, obviously, But then you'll be able to have a grey Gatsby with the Winters SEO logo on the side of it. And these are good quality hats as well. These aren't like little paper hats. The decent hats, they're going to be $24.99 for a limited period only. So we're only getting, I think it's 12 of them made that we're selling at $24.99. After they have gone, if we get any more made, they will go up to $29.99. But $24.99 for the first 12, minus one because Winters is taking it.
Of course.
So there are 11 hats left for you guys to buy. Can't tell you anything other than it's a grey flat hat and Gatsby hat, and then it's got the black Winters SEO logo there. So anybody who wants to replicate Mr. Winters SEO for whatever mad reason you'd want to do that,
because he's an angel,
you can buy those hats for just $24.99. We will take email orders on them before they go live on the website.
When is our estimated date for those?
Dice at least 30 days. Because of printing, because of volume of printing. There's 14 channels getting 500 dice each. That's a lot of printing and a lot of money as well.
So hypothetically available for the LCO for most
they'll
of
be
everything?
available by Christmas.
Is that including t-shirts?
T-shirts in theory can be available by the end of the week. It's more
Score, get me a hoodie.
More we've got to photograph them and get them up on the website for people to buy. Pardon me. And we just got a design. And once we get the design, we send it to the printer. He prints and they're in here tomorrow. I ordered these yesterday and they arrived today. That's how quick these guys turn around. It's a big operation. But they are good. And the dice. So I suppose what we can say, the benefit of watching this show, because there has to be a benefit somewhere.
Apart from our beautiful, beautiful faces.
We said benefits. So the benefit of watching this show is that you get to find out this sort of information early, but also you get to place your orders early. Now normally we would say go to our website and pre-order. They're not there, so we can't do that, and there's no point in me setting a product up without the images. So they will come over the next week or two for everything, for all the dice and such. If you know you want something, Nick, then email a request over. We don't need to take money off you at this point, but email an order over of what you want. We'll put it all together. We'll let you know how much it is and how long it's going to be, and you're guaranteed on the first shipment to get that stuff done.
That's very cool of you.
Sounds alright, doesn't it?
So you've already got people putting it in here. Email it to sales at WarGames. Sales at wargamesuk.co.uk.
Yeah, and it's important. So we literally just before going live, we've just been having this conversation, which is the next possible part of the topic. Is it's wargamesuk.co.uk. It's written on your screen, to be fair, as a website. You just put sales at and then the website address. Send the orders over. We know what we're getting, and
so you'll get like first dibs.
Yeah, and if we get some sort of mad rush, we'll increase the order because the order's not physically being placed yet. And if you've got any ideas of other bits of merch that you want, I don't think we forgot anything, did we?
No, I don't know.
Do we need WarGames baseball caps?
No, because you're not American.
But do we need WarGames?
Someone's going to come on here now
caps?
and be like, I haven't even get. I know, because I tried. I'm still bitter because I tried a baseball cap on in a shop and was like, oh, what do you think, Adam? And he went, you look like a boy. Like a meth, take it off. So I'm just bitter.
Did she look like a meth? She really did. That's okay then. But I could do it. I still think I need a trilby.
I would quit my job if you got a trilby.
Is that all I've got to do? Talking about quitting your job.
Wristbands, that's an interesting concept.
Oh yeah, like the rubber,
yeah.
like the Help for Heroes ones. Would people want to wear a WarGames one of them? Yeah, let's get them done. Let's do it.
Do you mind to write this down?
Yes. For when you come back, because I'll have forgotten by then. Wristbands could work. Key rings, I suppose.
Wristbands is a cool idea.
Yeah. The Georgie t-shirts. Let's be honest, nobody wants a Martin t-shirt. So
people would want a Martin t-shirt, and you only said that because you know they're going to say that they want one.
Because caps at your store at every event. What are you saying? There you go.
Do you want to go?
Who's the couch bear?
Kyle.
Alright, hi Kyle. Make sports attire.
No, Connor, these two worlds do not cross over.
Connor, you are one of the few of our wargaming constitution that actually does sports.
Nick says underwear.
WarGames boxer shorts with Georgie's face on them.
That's the worst thing I've heard in my entire life. Thank you.
Picture of Georgie on your boxer shorts like that.
My parents are watching this. You know that, right?
Oh, that's fine.
It's not okay.
That's how they made
tape
you.
measures. No, boxer shorts. Tape. No. Nick suggested tape measures.
Tape measures, yes. Tape measures is something they're actually harder to do than you realise. But yes.
Too far, Martin. Thank you, Nick.
Never too. Here's the line. There's Martin. The line is a dot.
Talk about the other thing.
What other thing?
You were talking about merchandise. What would that then lead to? Why would we be merchandising all these people?
I don't know.
Got any sponsors in this one? You've spoken about that, I suppose. Fruit. Nick Davis has suggested cups. Yeah, we've got cup suggestions. That's been popular as well.
Oh, like sports drink bottles.
It's cool. People are obviously getting enthused about it, which means they might buy it.
Well, we did say, obviously, mugs. People just like buying mugs. This one in particular. But
if people would stop breaking mine, then I wouldn't have to.
But like sports bottles, so you could then leave them in the store. Possibly, if you were regular in the store, you could buy a sports bottle, have your name on it, leave it in the store, and that way, when you're buying your drinks or whatever, you've got them in there rather than, I don't know, would people want to do that?
I don't know.
I don't know. You people want to do lots of weird things. I'm one of you, so it's fine. Yeah. The worlds do collide. No, they don't, Connor. Sports bottles. Oh, yeah, okay, that's as close as you're getting. But the other reason,
gaming mats and stuff like that, people are suggesting.
So, yes, gaming mats is something that is getting looked at, and play mats for Magic as well. We got one designed up ages ago. I put like a loose design together, and then somebody drew it up. So I drew it up. Yeah. And we just need to get them printed. But everything's time and everything's money, and you've got to lay all the money out first before you can bring it back, which isn't always the easiest thing to do. But the reason we're getting all this merchandise made, obviously, is to put onto the website and to start branching out into selling these things. But other than selling them on our store, where else, George, do you think we might be able to sell these things?
What?
Oh dear.
You do this all the time. You do not adequately prep me for these questions.
Dear.
In the shop? What?
So we can sell them in the shop. We can sell them on our web store. Where else do you think?
Answer the question. You are not going to get anywhere with me.
Where else do you think that people might see all of our sponsors and want to buy our sponsors' merchandise?
I thought we weren't talking about that. Okay,
of course
you know what?
I
didn't think we were going to be talking about it today.
Oh dear Lord.
You said to me you weren't going to be. Never mind. You got.
Course.
You said we weren't going to talk about that today.
Good. Take 13. No, I said we can talk about parts.
WarGames TV.
Yes, it's a realisation. It's happening. We're putting it together over a period of time, because we've got to get some content together so that we're not launching with no videos. So don't expect this in the next week or so. This is a good 4 to 8 weeks off, and we're going to set it up.
Rob suggested a 2018 calendar featuring me holding different box sets.
You know what? That would weirdly sell dead well. New month, new army. George tells you what to buy. That would weirdly sell really, really well. Let's get WarGames calendars done. Oh dear Lord.
You can buy yours on the WarGames TV site. There we go.
So the WarGames TV, there's a lot of work to go into this, but it is happening. After this show is finished, I'm chatting with a few of the guys tonight, and then we've got another sort of conference call-y chat type thing, whatever they're called, on Friday. Dead tech savvy me, where we're just ironing out ideas and plans, and then we're going to get running with it. And I say we're getting a couple more channels on board, a couple of big channels on board as well, so that will help draw in an audience for the subscription, and that's just for the 40k side of it. We're probably just going to launch the channel with just 40k, because that's what we've got, and that's what our content providers that we currently have are, their 40k channels. We will then add board games and D&D and War Machine and Magic and such onto the channel, but we just need to get some traction going first. Why are we doing it? Somebody asked me, it wasn't on the show last week, somebody said, I said, oh, why are you charging people? Are you just trying to make money off everybody? Well, yes is the basic answer, but actually it's not the reason. And so we as WarGames don't actually make, by the time we've covered costs of renting the server and this, that and the other, we don't make a lot out of it, if anything. The reason I'm doing it is YouTube pulled the plug on the on-demand side, and if every single one of our channels all went on demand and you subscribe to them all, you'd all be skint, because that's 14 times £4 a month. It ends up costing a lot of money, and we're doing it to give something back to the people that we sponsor, because they're putting all these hours and hours and hours into providing this content, and they get very little back from it.
They're all good eggs.
Yeah, but people seem to think YouTube pay a fortune because of these big, huge channels. I referred to PewDiePie last week, and
stop being obsessed with him.
Well, because he's the most successful billionaire off YouTube, isn't he?
Because Zoella.
But wargaming is such a small thing compared to video gaming that these guys aren't. I can tell you factually, these guys aren't making a lot of money off YouTube. Nothing compared to the time they're putting into it. They do it for the hobby, and they do it because it's something they want to do. They don't do it to try and make money. So by putting WarGames TV together, it's a way of putting them all into one place and sharing some of that money out. And I used an expression that you liked before, didn't I? Which I'll let you tell people if you can't remember it now, of course.
Netflix.
It's the Netflix of wargaming. That's what it is. So rather than it just being one channel with one personality and one entertainment section on there, you're going to have multiple different options of who you want to watch. Also on the site there will be a forum. Also on the site there will be the merchandise, so you'll be able to buy it all. You'll be able to link everything up to people, and I just think it's a good idea. The more people have spoken about it, the more customers have spoke to me about it, and like, yeah, I'd sign up for that. Yeah, sign up for that. And we don't expect everyone to, because let's be honest, YouTube gives you it all for free. You just get more of it, and it's a way of giving something back to the guys who are providing you with all the hours that you want to watch.
I mean, everybody knows. I would have hoped that making this is very different than the content a lot of people make. This is not a battle report. This is just sitting in front of a camera
these will always be free.
Talking. But,
so this won't go on the paid site.
The time and effort that people put into the stuff, battle reports, the filming, the reshooting, the editing, the equipment required. It's not. Yeah. It's, they deserve a lot of recognition and love for what they do.
Well, for example,
even the ones who are terrible.
Yeah, for example, I was down at Winter's SEO yesterday, playing with him, and I set off at 6 a.m. to get there for 10. Now, all right, that's just because I live a far distance away. But after we'd had a coffee and a chat, we were starting the game probably about 11:30, 11:45. We were starting to get ready for the game. By the time you've set up, played the game, stopped at pretty much every dice roll to record it, because not every dice roll makes it into the final cut. But you don't want to miss the really important dice roll where the 4 6s come up or the 4 1s come up or whatever it might be. So you record and everything. You're thinking about camera angles. You're thinking about narrative. It's not just a point and click and shoot. And this is a lengthier battle report. There are obviously the shorter ones where it's just film at the end of each phase. But even they arguably take even more time, because you've got to make sure that everything's cropped and cut. You then go to your computer, you render it, which takes forever. But to be fair, you can go and do something else at that point. But you then have to edit it all, make sure that it all looks smooth. You have to put any After Effects over it for graphics and such, and then load it up and publish it. And that all takes, in total, if it takes 4 hours, if it takes 2 or 3 hours to play a normal game, then add a couple of hours to that. You're looking at 4, maybe even 5 hours to film a game.
And buy your army and paint your army and get your lighting and your camera.
But those people would do that anyway, because they love the hobby and they want to buy and paint the armies. But there is all the camera equipment and everything to make it better. You're then spending if you spent 3 hours playing the game, you're spending at least 3 hours editing the game, because you've got to watch every minute of footage that you've done to make sure that it's all okay and that it all makes sense. Then you've got to upload it. And then the final part is they're putting it out in the public domain, and the more subscribers you've got, the more hate you get, because haters are going to hate. And some of the comments, some of the comments that I've seen on some of our sponsored channels videos, that people have had death threats and like obscene things said about people's partners who haven't even been on camera, and it's just people just have this desire to hate, and all these guys are doing are filming videos for you to watch. If you don't like it, move on. It's they put all this time and effort in, so
it's far
if
more
we can give them a couple of quid a month back just to say, you know what, guys, good job. That's ultimately what the channel's for.
We love every one of you.
Yeah, and all the viewers as well.
Obviously.
Yeah, except the ones who say hi.
Except the meanies, except the baddies.
That dinosaur boy, we don't like him. Nobody likes Dinosaur Boy.
What's the Dinosaur Boy?
He's blocked from our channel.
What's that?
We
don't know. We know what. We're not going to talk about him because he didn't deserve it.
True that. But yeah.
We've also had a pin badge suggestion for merchandise.
Pin badge is a good way. Yeah, little
buttons.
What do we think? So WarGames. So this is the logo. WarGames.
What, really?
Does everything have to be WarGames, or does WG work?
Well, I mean,
sort of linked over each other, just the WG.
I don't know.
Just a pin badge with WarGames is fine, but a WG pin badge, or on the dice just WG rather than WarGames, takes up less space. Maybe that could be a thing. Would people recognise and associate it? I don't know. I mean, I every time I see red and black, I think of this place. So it's been beaten into me. I'm the wrong person to ask. What do you think, viewers? You're less disenchanted than me. What would you think if you saw a W and a G? Disenchanted? Is that what you are?
I'm never disenchanted, darling.
I asked Georgie a question earlier on about your career choices. A hypothetical question, but I asked you, do you want to tell your fans?
I have no fans.
This says otherwise.
It was Martin asking me. Well, I don't see why this is relevant. Whether I'd prefer to remain as a manager or
assistant.
No, I'm a manager.
Somebody called her an assistant. She did not like it.
So
and you're not an assistant. You are a manager, dear.
Thank you.
For now.
Good. Well.
Bad one.
Hey!
Dave, in case you didn't hear that, shouted across from the back. Bad one. Carry on.
I don't want to.
Carry on. No. What was my hypothetical question? I want to see what these guys think you should do.
Should I remain as the manager of this fine establishment, or hypothetically become a creative producer / consultant for YouTube content and make more content for the kind of digital media side of this company? And I was like, I only had like 2 copies by this point, so I wasn't really sure.
Yeah, I basically said in there you can either work, run, create and develop the shop, and then any future shops that go with it would be open to your suggestion and possibilities. Or you could be the main face and driving force behind WarGames TV.
Ain't nobody want this as the main face. That's
the WarGames TV side of it, and push and develop the production side, which would. The bit that attracted you is when I said, there'd be a lot of travelling around where you'd have to go to all these different international events and take a camera and film and stuff. All of a sudden, you know which ones you started edging towards. I was like, right, don't like your current job then. What do you guys think she should do?
It's not actually a real situation.
It's not, but I still want to know what they should do, what they think. What new... Right, we've well tipped it.
Is this Georgie's appraisal? Yeah, this is how it works now.
So we've tipped over the hour, so we're going to start wrapping things up. But what new releases have we got out this week?
Eldar.
No, that's not out this week. That goes on pre-order.
Are we on a Race Spire?
No, just anything that's coming out this week. New stock coming in. A manager of a shop should know what stock's coming in for her shelves. Your job still to know what's coming in for the shelves.
We have lots and lots of board games. As Martin
on the spot and failed there.
Wow.
Oh dear. There's a brand new set of WGOW boosters coming out tomorrow or Friday.
We've had so much Pokemon come in as well.
Yeah.
We had some really, really awesome Pokemon stuff coming in.
All the Christmas stock for Pokemon has started coming in. There will be more and more over the next few months. Get them now, stocking fillers, get them in for small presents to fill stockings.
It's funny that, isn't it? Yeah.
Sack fillers. So, plus there are plenty of small cardboard games and things coming in.
Lots and lots of fun stuff. Lots of stuff as well that's has been in demand for a while. We like the Dark Overlord games as well. Yeah, because they're standard doubles coming back in. We've got Princess Double back in. Boss Monsters back in. Finally. These are all low cost games, and bear in mind as well we're 20% off on them, so they're all low cost games that you can add in for Christmas presents. Now's the time to start buying them. There are 2 paychecks left before Christmas, 3 if you get paid before Christmas in December. But there's not a lot of time, something like 12 weeks to Christmas now, which makes me really excited and really terrified in equal measure. Halloween in 2 weeks, then bonfire night, scary, then Christmas. You don't like fireworks, do you? Bang, 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 bang. Don't like them. They are scary. But are we done? I think we're done. I'm really hungry. Okay. So, safe trip to Brummy Land. I'm back in. I'm landed at Geeks for the next couple of days, actually, and they can't even find the time to see me. But I am going to be. Won't. Hazy land, that one, isn't it? I'm back in Land of Geeks Wargaming for a couple of days, so I can't even not come in on my days off, so I don't know what I'm going to be like if I'm actually far away. I imagine that tomorrow I won't hear from you. Friday I will. Saturday morning I will. Sunday possibly. Monday definitely. Do you think? Yeah. You'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. Just by WhatsApp or whatever. Yeah. Gonna miss both of you guys. The longest you've been away since you've been here. So, which is quite depressing for you guys. Because it's only 5 days. To be fair, 2 of them are travelling as well. I've spent longer away from this business than these 2 have. That's horribly depressing. Anyway, on that bombshell, guys, I'm going to say adios. Adios. See you soon. See you next week, guys. Thank you very much for watching.